Let's learn about prefixes using Canva. Today's objective. I use beginning and ending sounds to help read the words. We use beginning and ending sounds to help our accuracy. Prefixes are a few letters before a word that change the meaning of a word. For example, we have rewind, revise, refill, reunite, retell, replay, reappear, rewrite, reread, rebuild, redo, reuse. The prefix re means again. For example, rewind, to wind again. Revise, to vise again. Refill, to fill again. Reunite, to unite again. Retell, to tell again. Replay, to play again. Let's go on to the next prefix. We have unwind, unhappy, unlucky, unable, unlearn, unread, unlock, unusual, unafraid, unready, undo, unready. Un means not. For example, unwind is not to wind. Unhappy is not happy. Unlucky, not lucky. Unable, not able. Unlearn, not learn. Unread, not read. Let's go on to the next prefix. Now we have prefix, preview, prepaid, preheat, pretest, precook, preload, predict, and pretend. Pre means before. For example, preview is to view before. Prepaid, to pay before. Preheat, to heat before. Pretest, to test before. Let's go on to the next one. We have disrespect, discontinue, disobey, disbelieve, dishonest, disagree, disappear, and dislike. Dis means not. For example, disrespect is to not respect. Discontinue is not continue. Disobey is not obey. Disbelieve is not believe. Let's keep going. Now we have immobile, impossible, immature, impractical, immortal, impolite, impatient, and improper. Means not to. Not mobile is immobile. Impossible is not possible. Immature is not mature. Impractical is not practical. Let's keep going. We have irresponsible, irregular, and irrational. Means not as well. Irresponsible is not responsible. Irregular is not regular. Irrational is not rational. Illegal, illogical, illegible. Ill means not. Not legal is illegal. Not logical is illogical. Inactive, insane, intolerable, ineffective. Means not also. Inactive is not active. Insane is not sane. Intolerable is not tolerable. Ineffective is not effective. Let's practice. We're going to be using Canva to work with these words. Canva is a site on the internet that we're going to use so that we can practice using prefixes. We're going to be using Canva a lot in the classroom, so it'd be a good idea to play around with it. As you can see, this is my Canva presentation. At the top is the title, Prefixes, with my name, by Ms. Shraggy. I chose 3 different prefixes, just like you're going to. I chose re, pre, and im. Then I chose 3 words that go with each prefix. Rewind, redo, restyle. For precede, preview, prelude. Impossible, immature, immaculate. Then at the bottom, I wrote a sentence using one of the prefixes. I rewind the movie Minions all the time because it is Raylan's favorite movie. I'm going to show you how to use Canva right now, and then you are going to make your own Canva presentation by choosing 3 different prefixes and displaying the words that you've chosen. Let's learn how to use Canva. You're first going to start by opening up a web page and going to canva.com. You can see it right up here, canva.com. This is a free site that we're going to be using. I suggest you log on to your Google account. This way we can keep all of your Canva presentations throughout the year. So you can sign up with Google and use your Google account. Just hit allow. We're going to be using it for education. And you can start by doing a social media graphic or a presentation. Either one is fine. They look about the same, and we can change it up here, as you can see. We're just going to use the square. We can change this at any time by going to search. And we can change our layout. Where today, it can walk you through different things. We're just going to skip through that, and I'm going to show you what you need to do. The very first thing you're going to do is start by adding a background. The background is over here, and this is how you're going to design your presentation. This is the box where your presentation is going to be. I'm going to start by going to backgrounds. You can choose any color you would like, or you can choose any of the free backgrounds here. You can see here the price of them. So from here on up, you have free choices of backgrounds. I chose this one, so I'll stick with this one. You can choose any one you want, and if you need more colors, you can hit the plus, and here is a color palette you can choose from. Then I'm going to start by adding a text. I'm going to hit the T for text. If you would like to add a general heading, you can drag the heading up here and type in prefixes. You can highlight it, change the size, and the font up here. You can also use these examples here, the free ones. These all are free. For example, I chose this one. And you can click the words to change them. We'll delete this one and put prefixes. Actually, I'll put by Miss Shruggy. You can also change the size of these and the font as well, but I think I'm going to keep it. So I decided I didn't want this up here, so I'm going to slide that down and make this my heading. So I'm just making sure that I'm dragging it. This means you can move. You can also make it bigger or smaller by using this. Smaller and bigger. This sign will help you move it. My next job is to choose 3 prefixes I'm going to talk about. I'm going to go to Elements right here. I'm going to add a shape. You can add photos, grids, frames, illustrations, lines, shapes, icons, charts, and I love Canva. We're going to go to shapes. I'm going to add a different shape to insert my prefixes in. I'm going to use this. I'm going to make it smaller by using that. Okay. Drag another one. Make it smaller. Notice this one is black. If you would like to keep it black, that's fine, or you could change the color up here to any color you would like. I'm going to make this one green, and I'm going to add another one. And I'm going to make this one. I'm going to click a different color up here. We'll make it purple. Okay, I'm ready to add my prefixes. I am going to do, I need to drag it up here. Looking for this sign, dragging it up. And then I'm going to click and I'm going to do pre. So right now it is behind this circle. It disappeared because I put it behind the circle. So I need to hit arrange and push this to the back. That way pre will come up. Then I need to go back to text and add a heading again. I'm going to click it and I'm going to do un. And I'm going to have the same font. You don't have to, you can change if you'd like. I'm going to drag it on up. I need one more. I'm going to have my other heading here. And I'm going to do M. Change the font again. And drag it on up. Okay, now I'm ready to add my words. For my words, I'm going to use this fancy font down here. I'm going to do, oh, I love these colors down here. How about I choose this one? I'm going to make it smaller because that is too big. I'm going to start by putting it over here. Preheat. I'm going to delete this down here just by double clicking. Sometimes it's a little tricky. You might have to click a couple of times. This one seems to be acting funny. Oh, there we go. Delete. I'm going to do it again. And this time I'm going to hit preform. Again, I'm clicking, and it's being funny, so I'm going to try to make it smaller first, and then drag it on up. I'm going to go back and try to, oh, there we go. Sometimes it just takes a couple of clicks. I'm going to do one more because I want 3 words for each prefix. And this time I'm going to hit precede. They all have the prefix pre. Make it smaller. Make it a little bigger. I'm going to click, oh, that's one we wanted here. Click down here. I don't want this word because this is not a prefix. Make it a little smaller, see if that works. Sometimes it's just funny, you just have to keep trying. There we go. So if you notice, it worked better if I clicked out and then went back in. Okay, so you're going to do that for all 3 prefixes. So I have pre, then you're going to do un, then you're going to do m. On the bottom, I would like you to write a sentence. So I'm going to separate the bottom by adding elements. I'm going to go up, and I'm going to add lines. Click on lines, and you can click lines to separate your columns here if you'd like. So for example, I might want this arrow in here. Okay, and I can turn it by hitting this button right here. Turn. Have another one drag in here. Using this arrow again, turn. I can separate my columns. And on the bottom, I'm going to separate with this red. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to add a sentence. Using a sentence, I'm going to go back up and I'm going to use a subheading, so it's a little bit smaller. I'm going to type in, I preheat the oven before making pizza. Okay, and I am not happy with the font, so I'm going to click. I'm going to change the color to be green. And the font, I'm going to make it, you can go up and down to find the font that you would like. I'm going to choose this one. This one looks fun. Okay, I need to make it a little bit bigger. Slide it up here using this. Okay, sliding it. Might have to make it smaller. Oh, there we go. Perfect size. Make it a little smaller, I think. Remember to highlight before. Okay, I preheat the oven before making pizza. Okay, I am missing in here, I am missing my 3 unprefixes and 3 imprefixes. However, I'm just showing you how to use the site. I am going to go through here and show you a couple more of the elements you can add. So we went over lines and shapes. If you would like, you can add free photos. This could be a background or it could be an addition. Just grab the free photos. And again, if you decide you want a photo after you put everything on, all you have to do is hit arrange and send to back. And then it is behind everything. Okay, so I'm going to hit arrange, back, back, and it will go through and send everything to back. Okay, I do not want the picture, so I'm just going to hit delete. You can hit any of these free photos to add to your design. I'm going to go back up because I am not having a photo, and I'm going to look at my other options. Grids. If you would like to add a grid, you can. This might make it easier to make your prefixes separate. So for example, if I click here, the 3 grids, it will portion out the presentation for you. So again, I'm going to hit arrange and go to back. Okay, back, 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 back. And you could put your prefixes in here if you wish. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to hit delete. Frames. Frames is a great one. You can use this with pictures. Okay, so for example, if I use this one, I could insert a picture. So I'm going to go back to elements and get my free photos. This is a cute one. Okay, and this is what the frames do. I'm not going to use that, so I'm going to hit delete. And we have different icons. And we'll also be using charts. And you can make your own. You can use illustrations that people have drawn for free. Okay, when you are finished and you have your title, you have your name, you have 3 prefixes, each with 3 words using those prefixes, and 1 sentence, you are complete. You're going to hit download. And you can either do a PDF for print, or you could just download the image for the web. You can choose to email this to me, or you can print and come show me in class. It's going to come up here, see right here. So you can choose to email it to me and I will print it for you, or you can print it at home and come show me. Either one is fine. However, make sure that I can see it so that you can get 2 dojo points. Okay, congratulations, you are done. You have now learned how to use Canva. We're going to be using Canva in the classroom a lot, so I wanted to give you guys some time to be able to play with it. There are very little requirements for this Canva. What I mean by that is you can do whatever you want. I want to see what you can come up with and what you can design. This is the design I chose, but the only thing you have to have is the title, prefixes, your name, 3 different prefixes with 3 words, and a sentence. I want to see how you can design and use your imagination to come up with a great presentation. All right, see you in class.